Hey everyone, this is Magnetic Pastry, and I'm back again playing Broken Sword, The Shadow of the Templars. In the last episode, we talked to this guard guy who was from the military and who was able to give us this bit of cloth up here. And in this episode, we are going to hopefully find out where that bit of cloth came from. Well, actually, we already know where it came from because the guard who gave it to us gave us a number, although it's not in our inventory because we've remembered it now. That's something I don't really understand, since he was so surprised that the guard could remember the number, yet he's not written it down. So, yeah, unless he's written it down on the bit of white tissue. Just as a side note, if you click on the small door in the very large door, you will knock, and the guard will answer, and then you can talk further with him. But there's actually no use to talk to him anymore because he's now useless. He doesn't give you any more information more than he could before. So, since now we've got the number that the guard gave us, and there's a phone right here, which we can pick up. Let's... Actually, I said he hasn't written it down, but he has. I don't know where he gets this envelope from. And I have to say, really? Really? This is a sketch of Nicole? Oh, yeah. Seriously? That is a sketch of her. Well, I can tell that that George is not an artist by any stretch of the imagination. So, okay, I'm going to phone Todrick and see if I can find out where that coat, well, who bought that coat and who was the man who was in the sewer. So let's give him a call.
Hello? Who is this?
Hello.
Hi, my name's George Stobart. You don't know me.
Correct, Mr. Stobart. I don't. What can I do for you?
Well, I'm trying to trace one of your customers. Could I maybe come over and talk to you?
No, that's not possible.
Oh, okay. Forget it. Listen, all I want is a name.
What are you talking about? Who are you working for?
I guess you might say I'm acting in the interests of truth and justice.
Okay.
Thank God. I thought you were the police.
There are innocent lives at stake, Mr. Todrick. Lives that you could save.
You're collecting for charity, yes?
No, I'm not.
That'd be really funny.
All I want from you is information.
Go on. I'm listening.
I think it's so funny that like, I don't understand why Todrick does not want him to come round. Maybe it's because he thought it was the police, but even now he doesn't understand that he's the police. But anyway, let's ask him. Well, he won't know anything. Well, I doubt he'll know anything about Plantard. So let's ask him about the clown.
What do you know about the clown who bombed the Café de la Chandelle Verte?
I don't have no idea what you're talking about.
You're cool, Todrick. But I think you know more than you're saying.
I don't know who you be, but sure I am you don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know if you're saying that to make me think you don't know what I mean, but... Oh, this is
Stop
ridiculous.
banding words.
Quit playing games with me, Todrick.
I tell you, I know nothing about no clown.
Yeah, I can't talk to him about my items, which is really weird. But let's ask about the clown again, see if we can talk about the jacket, maybe.
Did you know that one of your customers was a part-time clown?
If a guy feels happy with a funny nose and custard down his pants, what's the problem?
Would a French person say custard down his pants? Well, anyway. Well, no, he's not French. He's Eastern European. But even so. I won't ask him about Plantard. I don't think he knows anything about Plantard, so, well, looks like he can't give us anything because George is not... He's not kind of intelligent enough to ask more. I mean, I don't understand what he could have... I think the only thing he could have asked was maybe the... I mean, about the jacket, maybe the fabric. Like, he could have described the fabric, maybe, but obviously not. So, well, anyway.
Thanks for nothing, Todrick.
You asshole. Anyway, so, well, we can't seem to get anything from Todrick, and we don't really know where to go. Although, saying that, if you click on... Well, don't left-click on the nose, because then you try and use the nose like on the door. But, nope, get rid of it. Nope. You can't deselect... Oh, there we go. If you right-click on the red nose...
The nose was hollow. Printed on the inside were the words, La Risée du Monde, Paris.
Now, that is the name of a shop, because La Risée du Monde is French for the laughing stock of the world, or something similar to that. And so basically it's a joke shop, or something similar. Oh, actually, well, you find out in a minute, it's a costume shop. But all you have is the name of the shop, and it could be anywhere, so we need someone who knows Paris. Now, which lovely French lady do we know who knows Paris? Maybe it was that weird sketch that was on the envelope. I wonder what used to be in that envelope. Anyway, let's give Nicole a call. And hit on her some more. Yeah. I don't understand why. She looks a bit like a snowman, or I don't even know, like a kind of gingerbread man head. I don't know, with a spider, or something. I don't know. Anyway, let's call her.
Bonjour, Kula.
Oh, hi. It's George Stobart, the American at the cafe.
Ah, oui.
I remember you.
You said to call
Your
if I
blonde
could help.
hair.
Have you any news for me?
You bet. I met a witness who spoke to the clown. And I know where the killer gets his suits.
No kidding. Hey, I'm impressed.
Maybe you
You
can
are?
come round and I shall give you a
Well,
kiss.
it wasn't
Okay.
easy.
Look, why don't you come here to my apartment?
Fine. Where do you live?
361 Rue Jarry.
Okay, I'll come right over.
Hooray! We're asked to come to a girl's apartment. And yet, he doesn't know where La Gisée du Monde is, but he knows where 36 whatever Rue Jarry was. Well, I guess that kind of makes sense. I mean, that is... He doesn't have an address for La Gisée du Monde, but he's got an address for Nicole. So let's go to Nicole's house. Well, apartment. So as you can see, we're on the main map. I think I showed you this before. Here we've got the Café de la Chandelvert, which is, I don't know. Then there's the police office, and here's Rue Jarry, which is basically Jarry Road in English. Well, Jarry Road. So let's go to Jarry Road. And basically, well, since there's only 2 doors, this music does get obnoxiously loud. It really does. Okay, since there are only 2 doors really, apart from this one that's not really there, and there's only one you can click on, it must be this is Nico's apartment. So let's try the door.
I pushed against the door, but it seemed to be locked.
Oh. So how are we going to get in? Well, since there's nothing else we can do, let's talk to this multicolored lady at the flower stall.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hi! I am awkward.
Bonjour, monsieur. Would you like me to foretell your future?
No thanks.
I'm very good, and it only takes a minute.
Thanks all the
So do
same,
many
but
things.
I'm not superstitious.
I don't know what
Besides,
that was.
if it only takes a minute, that's not much of a future to look forward to.
Well, let's ask about Nicole.
Do you know a young woman called Nicole Collard?
Yes, I do. She lives upstairs from me, in the apartment block across the street.
I tried the door, but it's locked.
You know, I've told the landlord about that a million times. It is the damp. The whole building is like a sponge.
Damp.
It sucks up the
The
moisture
damp.
from God knows where.
You mean the door is stuck because it's swollen?
That is correct. There is an art to
An
opening
art.
it.
She's an
Don't
art.
shove it hard. Just give it a gentle nudge above the lock.
Thanks for the
She makes it
advice.
sound so sexual. Let's ask, well, what else do you know about Nicole? Because I want to get as much information before hitting on her. No.
How long has Mademoiselle Collard lived here?
A few months. She's in for a shock when the cold weather comes. Drafty windows,
Oh.
insufficient heating.
Insufficient
it's a struggle
heating.
to keep warm. The only reason I stay is because the rent is cheap.
Oh,
Your young
it's still
lady.
Paris, though.
She deserves better.
Aww. So she deserves better, but she lives in this crummy apartment. Anything else?
I thought Mademoiselle Collard was a successful photographer.
Not as successful as she makes out for all her fine clothes.
Oh.
Oh, I've heard her crying herself to sleep at night.
That's awful.
Hmm.
Now don't you let on that I've told you. She's proud, that one. Too proud, if you ask me.
So basically, Nicole, she's told us that she's a very successful photographer, but actually, she's kind of out of luck at the moment. And actually, if you play the director's cut, you see her working for, I think, for La Liberté, but the thing is that her stories are kind of dropped quite a bit because she was pursuing topics that were kind of a bit out there, like a bit kind of like, you know, conspiracy theory kind of thing. Should we ask her about well, let's ask her about my fortune.
I've changed my mind. Will you tell my fortune?
You're going on a long journey.
Okay.
My, oh my. What a surprise.
He's already been on one. He's
Can you
gone
tell
from
me
America to
anything I
Europe.
don't already know?
10 francs, please, my dear.
10 francs!
That's a ripoff.
Please yourself.
And this is before, obviously, that France came into the euro. But 10 francs. I can't remember how much 10 francs was. I think it's sort of equivalent to dollars-ish, maybe. So maybe, yeah. So you can kind of imagine it's almost equivalent to dollars, sort of, or it was. Don't know about then, but more or less. Shall I ask about fortune? Let's try.
How does this fortune-telling
how does it
routine work?
If I knew that, I wouldn't be selling flowers for a living.
Haven't you ever wondered why you were blessed with the gift?
Well, it's a bit like satellite television, I suppose.
Yes, exactly.
Some of us are born with a built-in receiver dish. I just happen to be one of the lucky ones.
Let's try.
Can you really foretell the future?
Only time will tell, monsieur. The strange thing is, I can't seem to see myself in the future. Other people, I have no problem. But when I try to see what might happen to me, nothing.
How interesting.
That must be scary.
Maybe. I figure it's a kind of natural safety mechanism. Either that, or I don't have a future.
See spooky music. And this bird chirping incessantly on the tree. Although we can't see it, but you know. So actually that's a bit... Because I think in this game there is a bit of the supernatural, but not really. So there are supernatural aspects to it, but I don't know... It's never really explained if this woman can actually tell the future or not. But let's ask her about her flowers.
Are the flowers for sale?
No.
Oui, monsieur.
Of course they're not
Okay.
for sale. What are you thinking?
I'll take a bunch of those white ones.
I wouldn't do that if I was you.
No?
If I
They are
was you...
lilies, monsieur. Some people associate them with death.
That's very true.
Yikes.
Well, no, isn't it lilies
Thanks
of
for
purity?
telling me.
I don't know. But I'm tired of talking to you, old woman. So I'm going to go.
See you later.
That's right, monsieur. You will.
That is actually true. I do see her later. But that's kind of very broad. I see her later, because you have to come back here, obviously. So it's, yeah. But, well, let's try the door again.
Remembering the flower seller's advice, I pushed the door gently just above the lock.
Yeah. Tap the door. It's Nicole, and we walk in without knocking. Okay, whatever. Very small apartment.
Bonjour.
It's like one room.
I'm glad you could make it,
Maybe
monsieur.
there's a kitchen. I don't
Please,
know.
call me George.
Maybe the whole place is the kitchen. That would make sense.
I'm Nicole. Take a seat, George.
I'm Nicole. She is Nicole. And she's still wearing the same clothes she was before. And there are lots of empty frames. Yeah.
Eh bien? And what have you been up to?
I've been exploring the sewers beneath the cafe.
I
good
thought I could
good
smell
starting
something
line.
Bad.
The clown used the sewer to escape and to change out of his costume. I guess he was in a hurry. He left his jacket behind.
And?
I got his tailor's phone number. What's more, I know where he hired the clown suit, too.
You had better luck than I did.
Luck, she said. Luck! Hard work, I
Yeah,
call it.
I worked
What
my
happened?
damn ass off.
Took my photographs to the editor, but he wasn't interested. Can you believe it? He told me to drop the story.
See? Drop the story.
But you're not about to do that.
Oh no! I am going to find out what's behind these killings. You know what I think?
It's a conspiracy!
The police
I'm
in
French.
3 different countries have kept very quiet about the murders. The press don't connect them at all. They blame them on political, religious, or militant minority extremists.
How...
That covers just
that's
about
this-
everyone.
Yeah, about everyone. Very broad. Anyway, let's... Like, the phone icon here is basically just asking, can I use your phone? And then she says yes. She never says no. But, let's ask about Plantar. How did you know Plantar? You come to meet him.
How did Plantar get your name?
For the newspaper La Liberté, I'd written an article linking two unsolved murders, one in Italy and the other in Japan. The cases were remarkably similar. A wealthy victim, no apparent motive, and a costume killer. Planta said he could supply me with more information. Somehow, the clown must have known about our appointment.
I wonder how he could have known that. Let's ask about... Because basically that's asking about her as a person, so I'll ask about the clown.
Tell me more about the clown's
Don't come on too
previous
strong.
victims.
The first was Arno Bellota, the millionaire pharmaceutical baron. He made his money from amphetamines in the post-war slimming and diet boom.
Amphetamines.
Imagine it! Millions of housewives literally
Amphetamines are
beating
speed,
their
if you don't
butts
know.
off.
Was he killed for his money?
No. He had no living relatives, and his fortune went to the orphanage where he grown up. The only witness in the case was his Filipino au pair. She swears he was lured to his death by a snowman.
A snowman. And death is funny, isn't it, Nicole? Okay, anyway. So, any more about the clown?
What about the clown's second victim?
Yamada, the controversial Japanese green politician. He inherited his fortune from his father's electrochemical consortium. He was committed to dismantling Japan's automobile industry.
I can't see him gaining much support with a loony policy.
Loony
like that.
policy.
Yamada was a man of vision.
Ridiculous.
He was years ahead of his time.
If you say so.
It's
How did he
because
die?
George is American.
At the end,
Cars are very
or
big.
should I say, flipper, of a giant emperor penguin.
Oh, that's weird. And actually, I don't think... Does she mention the third victim?
A snowman, a penguin,
No.
and now a clown.
The third victim was
You know,
the
I
one
hate
that
to
was
admit
mentioned in
it,
the director's cut.
but this is scary. And I'll tell you what, I won't be accepting any invitations to costume parties.
I don't blame you
You
for
don't have any
being
friends,
scared.
George.
I am too. But this story could be my only chance of a big break.
That's
Or
all.
a
She's the
premature
reporter,
death.
only interested in her story. Let's still creepy music though. Let's show her the clown's nose, since we know the address of the clown shop.
I found this false nose in the sewer. It has La Risée du Monde printed inside
I think if you
it.
don't look at it, she
The laughing
notices that.
stock of the
so-
world. It's a costume
laughing stock
shop
of the world.
near the Gare Saint-Lazare.
I'll check it out.
Saint-Lazare.
Maybe the owner remembers who hired the clown costume.
Why don't you put it on, George?
No way am I wearing this. I'd look really stupid.
You already look really
Besides,
stupid, George.
you might have had a cold.
Ugh. I don't think anyone who was planning a murder... I think anyone who's planning a murder would probably be in the top health before trying to murder someone like that, but... let's show her this.
I found a piece of material near the cafe.
No, it was in the sewer, not in the cafe. He found that in
When
the
I
sewer,
showed it
never
to
mind.
the concierge, he recognized it right away.
It's very distinctive, all right. Just wait until you see this. I developed the film I shot at the cafe. Here, George, it's an enlargement I made.
And this is a very important photo in the game, because this is the photo...
Look what that
this is the
guy's
photo
wearing.
of the killer.
Checkered pants.
Checkered
The same
pants.
material as I found in the sewer.
That's right. This guy shouldn't be difficult to find.
Oh no?
Take a close look at his left cheek.
A scar. In the shape of a horseshoe.
He's kicked by a horse.
A crescent moon.
Or a crescent moon. That's also true. Let's ask about the photo, why not?
How come you enlarged this photograph of me?
Oh, how
Because I
self-centered,
noticed the guy
George.
behind you, of course.
How self-centered, George. Let's show her this white rag with this white substance on it.
I found this tissue down the sewer.
Does it turn you on?
Oh,
No.
oh, that's disgusting, George.
Why are you showing me
I
that?
think the stuff on it is grease paint, like actors use. Or
Clowns!
It's still disgusting. Get rid of it.
Actually, she says to get rid of it, but it actually becomes kind of sort of useful-ish later, but not really. I mean, you'll see. I mean, every item that you have is useful in some way. So let's ask about her.
You speak very good English for a French girl.
Thanks.
French girl.
You speak very good English from America.
Witty. She's very witty, isn't she? Very, very witty.
Tell me more about yourself.
Oh, there is not much to tell.
Well, how did you get into photography?
I guess I owe that to my father. He bought my first camera. I was 8 and my parents had just split up.
Oh. She's slightly damaged. Anyway, no, sorry. And some more. Give me more.
Did you live with your father?
Yes, my mother went off with her new boyfriend. I don't mind. Papa was all I needed.
So I guess she wasn't very
4
close to
years
her mother.
later, he died in a plane crash.
Ah, I'm sorry.
Well, it's all right. I don't mind talking about it.
It was a long
He
time
was
ago.
more like an older brother, really. Always joking and laughing. Papa always wanted I should study art. That's why I went to college.
Let's ask about her in college.
Did you learn about photography
Did you have
in
major
college?
parties?
Oh, God, no. I couldn't afford the materials. We were billed for everything we used. Paint, canvas, paper. Most of my year turned to minimalism. It was cheaper. I used to go
That's so
poaching in
funny.
the park for squirrel hair. The only time I wasn't hungry was the term I did printing. I used to eat the potatoes.
You're making fun of me, aren't you?
Oh, no.
That's quite funny. She went for minimalism just because you don't have to do much for minimalism. So it's a lot cheaper. That's quite funny.
Do you have a boyfriend?
That's none of your business.
None of your business. Aw. So we don't know. So anyway, since there's nothing more we can talk to, there's no point talking about the sewer key. So let's, and we can't use our phones. So, well actually, no, we can't use our phone because we don't, there's no point talking to Todrick because he doesn't know anything. So let's go to La Risée du Monde.
I'm going back out to search for that clown.
Where?
Well, I guess I could visit the costume shop.
Good idea.
Bonne idée. Bonne idée. Anyway, very good idea. And the triumphant music plays as we walk out the door, as we know where to go and what to do. But still, the music is still obnoxiously loud. Well, once this music calms down... Come on. Shh. There we go. So, since I think this is a long enough episode for now, so next time we will be going to La Risée du Monde and finding out if we can find out the identity of the man who had the costume. And see if we can identify this man. Because we have a picture of him, so that's useful. So anyway, see you guys then.